Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and News Channel 5.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast today. The Hospice of the Western Reserve opens the Ames Family Hospice House in July. Its CEO is William Finn, and he's here to tell us about the new facility and about the organization's Walk to Remember. That's coming up. Later on, we will hear from Dr. Thea Wilson of the Cleveland Music Settlement and Anne-Marie Ogletree of Fundamentals Academy. They're going to explain how to prepare your child for the new school year. And later in the broadcast after that, Cuyahoga Community College adjunct professors Zenobian Adams and Johnny Reed will explain the role of small business in the local economy. Good morning again. This is Kaleidoscope. My name is Leon Bibb. Good to have you with me today. And so we begin. William Finn, CEO of the Hospice of the Western Reserve. Good to see you, Mr. Finn.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Refresh our memory for those of us who may not know. What is the role of the Hospice of the Western Reserve?
Hospice of the Western Reserve provides a full scope of medical and health services and support services to help people live fully in their own homes as they're dealing with life-threatening illness. And if they can't be in their own homes, we support them in nursing homes and assisted living hospitals and in our own facilities like the Ames Family Hospice House.
This is the end of life we're talking about with hospice. And we all get to that point. Sooner or later, that point is coming.
But it isn't the end of living. And this is a time when we can celebrate and do the things that are important to us, be surrounded by the ones we love, and have a full team of caregivers to make sure you live the way you want to live up until the last moment.
And I could not do an interview about the Hospice of the Western Reserve without saying that these wonderful folks were with my mother when she died in 2011. The Hospice of the Western Reserve, you were with us all the way, certainly those last many weeks of my mother's life, and it was a wonderful transition, if I can say that. We celebrated her life.
Absolutely.
She celebrated it as well. But you've got a new facility opening up, and tell us about this new facility.
We do. We have the Ames Family Hospice House located in Westlake, right off Crocker Road. It's a 32-bed facility. It's a state-of-the-art, amazing facility, really designed to care for people that either need aggressive management so that they can get comfortable and go back home, or to spend the last days and weeks of their lives with us. But it is right now the most impressive facility in the country for hospice care.
And you've got that that's in Westlake right now.
That's correct.
Yeah, and you've got the one on the east side,
and
which is in Euclid.
Yeah, that's correct, the David Simpson Hospice House. So we have the ability to provide care in any setting and support people as their needs change.
And it's not just in those facilities. You were with my mother when she was in a nursing home. You came to her. Hospice came to her.
Absolutely.
Or hospice could go to someone's home.
Correct.
Where my uncle was when he passed some years ago.
The vast majority of what we do is care for people in their own homes, where they want to be, where we want to be, and provide all the care you need to be able to stay there, be comfortable, and live the way you want to live.
A lot of people wonder, just what does hospice do? How do you do what you do?
We bring to bear an entire healthcare team. So we work with your physician, whatever physician that may be. We also have our own physicians. We have nurses, social workers, therapists, volunteers, counselors, aides. We have music therapy, art therapy, pet therapy. We have legal services. We have so many services to help both you and your family get through this significant event in your lives and keep you comfortable and pain-free.
And you work with the families as well.
Absolutely.
The survivors who are left behind.
Absolutely.
Even for a continuing period after the transition of the person who died.
Unique to Hospice of the Western Reserve is that bereavement support continues for at least a year after a patient has passed, helping that family get through the grief process.
I want to put a phone number on the screen if we've not already done so. It is 800-707-8922. You can get more information by calling the Hospice of the Western Reserve, or you can look at the website, which is at the bottom there. It's hospicewr.org/walk. You can get more information. I'm going to tell you about that walk coming up. But hospicewr.org. You
That's
get
correct.
more from the Hospice of the Western Reserve. And how big an area do you serve here in North?
We serve 9 counties in northeastern Ohio.
Okay, so anybody who's getting this signal,
Absolutely.
You are in that area. Let's talk a little bit about your Walk to Remember. If we can get a shot of this on camera number 2, I'll hold it that way, and we can get a shot of this. Tell me about this event that's coming up. What is this?
Sunday, September 9th at 7:30 in the morning at the Cleveland Metro Park Zoo will be our first Hospice Walk to Remember, sponsored by First First Merit Bank. This is a fundraiser, but it's also a friend raiser. It's an opportunity for people that have experienced Hospice of the Western Reserve to come together with friends and family, honor their loved ones, and help support our program.
Walk to Remember at the Cleveland Metro Park Zoo. Sunday, September the 9th, starts at 7:30 in the morning and goes into the noon hour, and then you can spend the day at the zoo.
Absolutely.
I love the way you said a fundraiser and a friend raiser.
Yes.
Because you're always looking for, well, always looking for funds, of course, aren't we all? And always looking for friends as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when can people register for this walk now?
They can do that online right now at hospicewr.org/walk.
Leave us with a thought on the importance of hospice. We've got a minute remaining on the importance of hospice as we enter the final times of life.
Well, we all are going to face end of life, and many of us want to have control over how we spend our last months and years of life. Hospice of the Western Reserve provides all the tools to live the way you want to live and to celebrate each moment. We want to be pain-free, we want to be at home, we want to be in control, and we also make sure that your loved ones are well cared for and supported after you pass. So this is an incredible opportunity. It's a gift to support you, but also to make sure your family has the care they need to continue and honor your memory going forward.
I can tell you that when my mother passed a year ago, that the nurses were just absolutely wonderful with hospice and with her, and she died peacefully. And that helps me, of course, to know that she passed peacefully. And they were there for me and are still there for me for bereavement counseling and all of those kinds of things. William Finn, I appreciate your being on the broadcast.
Thank you very much.
He's the CEO of the Hospice of the Western Reserve, and he's talking about his brand new facility, which is located in Westlake. What's the address, by the way, in Westlake?
It's 1 Hospice Way in Westlake, right off of Crocker Road.
Okay, off Crocker Road. There'll be signs pointing to the hospice. If you get off at Crocker Road, you'll see the signs.
Right there.
Okay. Many thanks, William Finn. I'm going to take a break right now. We're going to talk about getting the kids ready for the new school year. Back in just a moment. Welcome back to Kaleidoscope. As the summer draws to a close, parents are preparing their children for the new school year, and the Director of Early Childhood Education at the Cleveland Music Settlement, Dr. Thea Wilson, is with me. She's sitting right next to me. And the Executive Director of the Fundamentals Academy, Anne-Marie Ogletree, is with us as well. They will share tips on how to make this transition for easier, especially for preschoolers. Good to have you with us, Thea Wilson and Anne-Marie Ogletree.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Yeah, it's back to school time, huh?
It's back to school time.
What are we thinking about? And I'll begin with you, Thea, seeing that you're sitting next to me. What should we be thinking about, especially for preschoolers?
We should have those conversations even with preschoolers. We should start talking about it. We should get them out seeing the school. Coming into the classroom, coming around, getting to see the entire school, getting them very comfortable. And you can do that with conversation. You can do that with a variety of wonderful children's books by reading. And I truly say, read to your children constantly. But you can do it so many different ways.
Yeah. Anne-Marie Ogletree, you're Executive Director of Fundamentals Academy.
Yes.
You would echo that sentiment, wouldn't you?
Yes, I would. And also, we were talking about how to make a child really comfortable going to their first days. Whether they're going as a 2-year-old, because we start at fundamentals at 8 weeks, or whether they're coming in as a preschooler or pre-K, getting ready to go to kindergarten.
Yeah.
There are a couple of things. Parents have to be comfortable with knowing their child is going to school, because you will transcend that feeling to your child. And also empower your children to know their name. They're not Buddy, they're Benjamin. And so that gives a person their own feeling of
their own identity.
Their own identity. And so when we get them, we know that a parent wants to be there, they want to be there, and the parent is coming to get them.
So we want the children to know their names.
Know their names.
Their name is not Boo Boo or Poo Mickey or whatever. It's whatever. It's Leon.
Exactly.
Whatever.
And you stand tall in that.
Yeah, okay.
You know?
All right.
Yes.
First off, second off, Cleveland Music Settlement. Where's the Cleveland Music Settlement, and what is it that it does?
It is located in University Circle. We are a school, and actually we're getting ready to celebrate 100 years. Yeah. However, when you walk into our building, one of the things you will notice is that there are instruments in the lobby. Yeah. And there's music playing before they even get to the classroom.
What ages do you have for the Cleveland Music Settlement?
We started 3. We started 3.
So you see the youngsters coming in.
We see the youngsters coming in. We welcome them from the very door, and the parents come in, and when they go to their classrooms, they're already welcome. They're already feeling comfortable.
And that's part of what we were talking about.
And that's exactly what we're talking about.
And Maria Ogletree Fundamentals Academy, where is it located?
Well, we're located at 12500 Buckeye Road in the city. Yeah. Now, I've opened this 15 years ago after retiring as an administrator with the Cleveland Board of Education, because we felt if we could get them early, we could do more. We've had extensive music therapy. We co-work with community action Head Start programs so that we get well-rounded education for our children. We have Spanish. We're looking for a new Spanish teacher now, but
this sets the stage for kindergarten, doesn't it? I mean, these kids got a running start at the age of 3 years old.
Absolutely.
They've got a running start, and will that help them all the way through 12th grade and even beyond?
Absolutely. This is a critical period for young children. The brain is being developed to the extent that we can't even fathom at this particular time. It's just expanding. So when we get them at this very critical age, we have to expand. Just like her school is doing Spanish, we do Mandarin Chinese. We have our own science teachers. We have our drama teachers going into classrooms and into a small theater. We have Delcros. We have all of these things that are developing that brain. So when children come to us, they're getting that foundation that's going to carry them right on to college years, and we even have children who come back to us.
Anne Marie, are we smoothing over these fears? I mean, once, you know, making this transition for the kids, they should know that they're going to school before it's the day to go to school.
Yes, they should know before. Parents should make them comfortable in knowing that they're going to a new environment or they're coming back from vacation. Now, the most important thing that we see in child development is continuity. And that's why we have family service workers through our Head Start involvement who see children in their homes, who work with parents who have special needs. Occasionally we have that in our school, so that we keep the continuity of service and care and love. Got to give them love.
You got to give them a lot of love. And we love you both for being on the broadcast, helping the kids get ready for preschool, ages 3, and they're off and running and ready for life. Okay. We appreciate you being on the broadcast. By the way, 421-5806 is one of the phone numbers, 216 or 216-295-0650. You can find more information on everything we're talking about. Thank you so much, ladies, for being on the broadcast.
Thank you.
And bringing your love to the broadcast. We appreciate that, too. Taking a break. I'll be right back in just a moment. We'll talk about the impact of small businesses on the economy after this. Good to have you back on the broadcast. Zenobia Adams and Johnny Reed are adjunct professors at Cuyahoga Community College, and they're here to explain how business education and small business owners are helping to shape our local economy. Good to have you with us, Zenobia Adams.
Thank you.
And Johnny Reed.
Thank you, sir.
Both adjunct professors at Tri-C.
Yes.
Yeah, what's going on at Tri-C? Things are well at Tri-C?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Right now, we're developing programming for bringing the educational component together with small business in our area.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about that. What type of impact are small businesses having on the local economy?
Well, small businesses have historically been the backbone of the economy. Usually you look at a small business and they actually are what motivates people to get out and work. And they keep people working for the most part. Right now, we're trying to develop processes where we have entrepreneurs coming in and talking to us about how they want to develop their ideas, and we're helping them do that.
Yeah. How are you helping do that now?
We had an idea development forum last Saturday, and what we did, we took their ideas and we wrote it into a mission, vision, break-even analysis, and had resources for them. We need to shake them up and get them stirred up to understand that you're going to have to develop the business with the idea and then go after the resources, or either go back to school. You got to do something, and that's what we intended to do, and we did that last Saturday. We were very impressed. In fact, we had people coming back around the corner again with tears in their eyes. We were shaking them up to say, hey, let us help you develop this, or let us help get you back into a trade.
Exactly what kind of shaking do they need? Where do they need shaking them up at?
They need to see something visually. Usually they carry ideas in their head and for years thinking that they can do something. The first thing that they need to know is somebody that's there to care and write it and put it in some type of written formation. And then they need financial documentation to understand break-even analysis.
Johnny Reed, we probably know a lot of people who got ideas for business, but they just, as she said, as Zenobian said, they're walking around with them in their head. But how do you get it out of the head onto some paper, onto some concrete?
Well, one of the things that I talk to people about is learning that it's not a closely held secret. Most secrets, you can't make them into anything worthwhile. So with this process, we're trying to get people to understand that letting go of that ownership, as it were, will help you develop the process, because I can't help you decide what you need to do next if I don't know what it is you're thinking about.
So a lot of businesses really never get off the ground because they never get out of somebody's head.
Well, and a lot of times I think we're afraid that someone will run with our idea. So in being afraid, we lose the context of the idea because we never bring it to fruition. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and it does make sense to me. In this seminar that you had not long ago, what was the key thing that you told folks?
The key thing is to move. Just move. Whatever direction. We'll guide you in the right direction. Let us help you. But you got to make a move. Just come out. It was free. We gave our time and our talents, and that's what the Bible say, time and talents.
Right.
We gave that, and we're going to continue getting it. We need to go shake up the environment. We got to get our labor force back together. We got to understand what the employers are looking for so we can feed our potential
entrepreneurs.
Without a doubt.
You said something a little bit ago, about 3 minutes ago. You said, you know, you either got to start working on the business or go back to school and get some education for that educational component. How important is that educational component?
It's essential. In fact, just learning a trade is essential. Most people think of education as just a degree, but we have certifications, we have trades, we have skills, we have what people need to be successful. We have to go back into communities. It's our driven thirst to go back in communities and shake them up.
So, Johnny, are you trying to merge the educational component with the idea component for the small business development?
Yeah, again, I think that's essential as well. Without the education, without the knowledge base, how do you really navigate that business environment? We have at Tri-C a lot of professionals that teach in the adjunct ranks. Day to day, they're out in the business world doing what they do to make things change, make things better. Tap into those professionals at Tri-C.
Do you find that there are people who come along and they say, I want to go in business, and you say, what do you say if they say, well, I want to go in business, Johnny. I want to go in business, Zenobian. What do you say when they say that?
Opportunity is there. The opportunity is there for business, but the opportunity is there for substantial, for really setting the pace to be sustainable. Sustainability, that's what it is. If you can't go into business, let's teach you how to run somebody else's. Let's tell you what the workforce needs.
Do they ever come to you and say they want to go in business but don't know exactly what they want to do? They don't know what product they want to make or sell or buy or consume?
Well, absolutely. And, you know, that's what we do. We dream. You know, dreams are where things come from. Unfortunately, some dreams can't come to fruition because you don't have the right tool set.
So Tri-C is working to get these dreams into concrete.
Exactly.
That's what you do. And you're going to hold another seminar coming up, I'll bet?
You're right.
There's always one around the corner.
Works.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right.
Hopefully we'll be able to hit north, east, south, and west. So we're coming to your community. Just wait for us. We'll be there.
And you come back to this broadcast when you've got your date set in concrete. Deal?
Deal.
Deal.
Thank you.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Johnny Reed and Zenobian Adams, both adjunct professors at Cuyahoga Community College. Appreciate you being on the broadcast.
Thank you for having us.
I've got an idea for a business.
We got a plan for it.
All big enterprises. We're talking in a minute. I'll take a break. We'll hear from Marsha Maccabee, the Urban League in just a minute. Now to cap the broadcast, as always, Marsha Maccabee, the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, its president. She's here to offer a comment.
Hi, Leon. How are you today?
I'm just fine, and you're doing well, too.
I'm doing well, and it's really good to be back. I'm glad to see you. We've had a lot of comments from people saying, where have you been? You haven't been on Kaleidoscope. But let me tell you the good news about that. I'm so excited because, you know, what we've had over the past few broadcasts is a number of people who are committed to the Urban League, who are part of the team, either through our young professionals or our guild or our staff, who are all faces now of the Urban League. It's not just Marsha Maccabee who's the face of the Urban League. And I think as a leader, that's what you want. That's a good thing. So I'm very excited that we've been able to have some other folks come and talk about the league and what we're doing and get our story out.
You mean you're not doing all the work by yourself?
No, sir, and I'm a happy camper.
You've got a wonderful staff of people over there.
We do. We do. Plus, our board's been reconstituted, so we've got great new board members who now are helping. So, you know, I'm feeling bolstered on every leaning side now. So
we had a few financial concerns a couple of years ago. You've turned the corner on that pretty good, haven't you?
We are turning the corner. We're making significant progress. You know, it doesn't take one day to get into those difficulties, and you surely can't get out in one day. But I think by strategically having partnerships and relationships and being transparent about where you really are helps you move forward, and that's what we've been doing.
The mission remains the same, doesn't it?
It does. It does. We're about equity. We're about parity for African Americans and other minorities in all areas, education, workforce. You heard others talk about business development today, so those are the areas we're working on.
So everybody has a piece of it, trying to get the economy back to where it should be.
Absolutely.
And getting folks educated and getting folks ready for business.
Sure.
Okay.
And on the civil rights tip, we're really watching that and looking after our rights, our voting rights, and so forth.
Okay, that's going to do it for us. Thank you, Marsha.
Thank you.
I'm Leon Bibb. This is Kaleidoscope. Be well.
Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and News Channel 5.